Please give a warm Farm Bureau welcome to the Governor-elect of Kentucky, Matt Bevin. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We were just talking as we sat here. It's always, there are many organizations, many gatherings of people that happen in this state on an annual basis, in the case of the Farm Bureau, multiple times a year. But rarely, if ever, are they attended like this. Rarely, if ever, is there the degree of enthusiasm and uniformity of collegiality that you find in this room. And it really is always an honor and a privilege to come and have a few moments to speak to you when you're gathered. Please do continue to eat as we move forward. I just wanted to speak to you briefly on a couple of fronts. I'm not going to give you a big, long policy speech. I will simply say this. Thank you, for starters. I'm grateful for the opportunity that you have afforded me. And then I say you, not everyone in this room supported me in this election, but a tremendous number of you did. And I know that. I've heard from you both before, during, and since the election itself. And I'm grateful to you. I'm humbled by it. I am a kid who grew up in the country. I grew up in a very simple way financially. But I really have been blessed, and I've shared this with a number of you. I've been blessed to live the American dream. It's a real thing. It starts on our family farms. It starts in our rural communities. We were talking as we sat up here about the tremendous amount of wealth in this state that is embodied in those of you in this room, not only in the land that you turn, not only in the supplies and the inventory that you have on hand, but in your local banks, in your local communities. The amount of wealth that is generated by those that are in this room and those that you represent is extraordinary. It really is. I really want to give a tremendous kudos to your outgoing Commissioner of Agriculture, Jamie Comer, who has done such an extraordinary job of leading this state in a forward direction on the ag front. The growth that we have seen, 20+% growth in the last 4 years. This is amazing. It really is. And I think that will continue. I consider him not only a dear friend, but a good sounding board for things that I, as the incoming governor, need to be mindful of. And I'm grateful to have a similar relationship with your incoming Ag Commissioner, Ryan Quarles, who, I tell you what, Ryan and I spent a lot of time together in recent weeks and months, and I'm looking forward to that continuing. Both these gentlemen have been very informative to me as it relates to things like the Ag Development Board and things where there's a direct interface between the Department of Agriculture and the governor's office. That will continue. We have good dialogue. It's meaningful to me. I hope you take comfort and encouragement from the fact that I understand, for example, what the Cooperative Extension Service is, because as a kid who was in 4-H my whole life growing up, it's very real to me and personal to me. I was in Butler County once a couple of years ago, and I met a man in the parking lot after a dinner, and he was explaining to me what he did, and he kept explaining it in ways, because he knew I was from Louisville, that finally I just said, "Is it similar to the Cooperative Extension Service?" He said, "Oh yeah, I'm a cooperative extension agent." And it was funny because he said, "I didn't think you'd know what that was." So I do know what it is. It is very real to me. I am encouraged by how real it is to each of you as well. We have got incredible opportunities ahead of us. I will tell you, and I'm going to be telling you something you already know, we're in dire financial straits as a state. We just are. We can moan about that, or we can do something about it. We've been led to believe that things are in better shape than they are, but those of you who are where the rubber meets the road, you know for a fact they're not as good as we've been led to believe. But that doesn't mean they have to stay this way. They really don't. I'm an optimistic person. Some years ago, my wife got me one of those T-shirts that has the little glass on it that looks like it's, halfway filled up, and it says half full. And I am a half full kind of person. I really am. I always see the bright side of things. I do believe we have great opportunity ahead of us. But it is going to require dialogue. It is going to require very specific, intentional dialogue. Mark and I were speaking just a moment ago about even things like tax reform, how important tax reform is to those of you in this room, as it relates not only to the local farms, but you look at all these commodity breakouts, forestry. People don't even have any idea what an integral part of this state's economy forestry itself is. An extraordinary part. One of my brothers is a forester, so I'm a little biased in that direction as well. But these things matter. They matter to us as a state, and it's important that we have dialogue with one another. I ask you humbly for that communication. I don't look to surround myself with people who agree with me on everything. Challenge me. Challenge those in my administration. Hold us to account. You have given us your support. 106 out of 120 counties supporting our candidacy is an indication that I hear from all of you a collective cry for help. This is what I hear. I don't look at that and feel that, boy, we showed them. I see this as a group of people that are crying out to be heard, who want something to believe in, who want something that they think that they can count on, to be reliable, to not change, to shoot straight with them, and to be able to take the same in return. And this is what I offer to you. I would ask you as well for your prayers, and I mean that sincerely. I was asked recently by somebody who said, you often talk about your faith out there in the public forum. Are you allowed to do that as an elected official? I said, well, for better or for worse, I just want you all to know you're going to have a praying governor for the next 4 years, and I would be grateful for the fact that you would do the same. I really would. The very foundation of what makes this Commonwealth and what makes this nation great are the very values that you instill in your families on the local farms. It is that Judeo-Christian work ethic. It is the idea of giving an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. The idea of not taking things you didn't earn. These are the things that made America great, treating people the way we want to be treated. These things are important. And we're going to be kicking off our inauguration actually next Tuesday. For those of you who have the ability to get away, come to Frankfort next Tuesday. It's going to be a wonderful day. We're starting with a worship service at 8 a.m. at the Frankfort Convention Center. It's going to be extraordinary. It really will. It will be wonderful from that moment all the way through that evening where there'll be concerts and music along the way. We have great people like Ricky Skaggs and Lee Bryce and Larry Cordell and a whole bunch of folks that will be coming, sharing some of their talents with us. Please come and be a part of that. Know that you will have an open ear with me. You will have an open door with me. I will have intentionally a very proactive dialogue with Ryan and his team. And I will look forward very much to working with you. And look very much forward to making Kentucky the greatest version of ourselves that we can possibly be. We have much work ahead of us, but we have extraordinary opportunity, and I look forward to taking this journey with you for the next 4 years. God bless you. Thank you.